Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Jimmy Nut Stories. In today's story, we are diving into a compelling story titled The Trap. It's a tale of envy, discontentment, deception, and its consequences. So, let's get started. Our story begins in a supermarket parking lot where Mary and Anne, two old friends, run into each other. Anne, you're so fortunate. Just look at how great you look and the car you're driving. Your husband must be quite wealthy, Mary remarked. Anne grinned. Yes, he is. And your husband should also step up. Your car seems rather old. I don't want to pressure him. He's still working on building his business, Mary responded. Well, I bet the money he's not spending on you is probably going to other women, Anne speculated. That's not true. My husband isn't like that at all, Mary defended. Keep thinking that. But remember, these days, you can't trust men. Cheating seems to be a common thing. Anyway, I must go. My husband is waiting for me. We have a dinner date tonight at one of the fanciest restaurants in town, Anne said as she prepared to leave. As Anne drives away in a luxurious car, Mary is left in a modest vehicle, pondering Anne's words. The seeds of doubt and envy are sown. She tried to dismiss these thoughts, but every encounter with Anne left her feeling more disheartened, and she gradually began to harbor resentment towards her husband. She couldn't help but wonder, why can't I have the finer things in life? Shouldn't my husband be able to provide these things just like Anne's husband does? The seeds of discontent grew within Mary, leading to a confrontation with her husband, Mike. Mary's growing awareness of her modest circumstances, constantly heightened by Anne, started to strain her relationship with her husband. When she next asked him for money and he explained he didn't have it at the moment but promised to get it for her, she lost her temper. You always say you don't have money when I ask. How could you, when you're probably spending it on other women? She accused. Other women? What are you talking about? Mary, you know I will never cheat on you, Mike replied, bewildered. Just save it. I know what you men are capable of. I need that money by the weekend, and I won't accept any delays, Mary insisted. Mary, you've changed. You used to be so understanding and supportive, but now it's just one demand after another, Mike complained. I don't care. Just make sure I get the money, she demanded. Confused and hurt, Mike begins to suspect that Anne's influence may be at the root of Mary's change. He reflects on the sudden change and is deeply troubled. He misses his loving and supportive wife. With this realization, he resolves to uncover the truth. Weeks later, Mike's suspicions are confirmed when he overhears a conversation between Mary and Anne, revealing Anne's toxic influence. Anne, you've got a new car? Mary noted. Yes, my husband landed a new contract and got this for me. Anne replied, Wow, your husband is really generous. When will I get to meet him? Mary asked. Soon, I promise. He's always traveling, Anne said. Anne, I'm just so tired of struggling alongside a man who might just leave for someone else when he finally makes it big, Mary expressed. That's exactly why you should find a wealthy husband and leave poor Mike. Sure, he's good looking, but what good does that do? A handsome man without money is so boring, Anne advised. I don't think I can leave him. I love my husband, Mary confessed. Then maybe we should find you a wealthy lover, suggested Anne. No, I can't do that either, Mary responded, shocked at the idea. Unknown to both women, Mike overhears their conversation, stirring a mix of emotions and a resolve to protect his marriage. Having heard enough, Mike quietly retreats to his room. After a few minutes of contemplation, he realized he needed to act quickly to prevent Anne from influencing his wife into pursuing other men. Determined, Mike returned to the living room. As he approached, Mary and Anne quickly changed the subject of their conversation. Mike returned, and his polite inquiry hid his true intent to confront Anne and prevent her influence over Mary. Hello, Anne, Mike greeted as he entered the room. Hi, Mike, Anne responded, flashing him a sweet smile. Mike was aware of Anne's interest in him, as she had given him several hints in the past, but he had always ignored them. How is your family? He asked politely. We are all fine, thank you, she replied. Darling, I can't seem to find my car keys, he said to his wife. They are on the table, Mary replied. I've checked. They are not there. Could you please help me look upstairs? Mike asked. Reluctantly, Mary left the room to search for the keys. In a surprising turn of events, Mike plays along with Anne's flirtation. Once Mary was out of sight, Mike sat closer to Anne. You always look so gorgeous, he commented. Do you really think so? Anne asked. Yes, you're beautiful, and you know it, Mike affirmed. Thanks, Mike. I wasn't sure you noticed. You know I've always had a thing for you, Anne said flirtatiously, batting her eyelashes at him. I know, but you're my friend's wife, Mike pointed out. So? We could keep it a secret, Anne suggested. What if she finds out? He asked. Who is going to tell her? Anne shrugged. Maybe we could meet up later, Mike proposed, playing along. Sure, why not? Anne agreed, reaching out to take his phone and typing in a number. I'll call you, Mike said, standing up and returning upstairs. A few days later, Mary receives a mysterious text, leading her to a shocking discovery that would change everything. The text from an unknown number informed her that her husband Mike was at the bar with a friend, Anne. Skeptical but intrigued, Mary went to the address provided. To her astonishment, she found it to be true. At the bar, Mary's world comes crashing down as she saw Anne afraid, sitting in an intimate position with her husband Mike. She confronted them both. But seeing her, Anne remained unfazed. "Anne, what are you doing with my husband? Is this your plan all along? You have a husband who spoils and takes care of you, and yet you are after mine?" Mary confronted her. "Oh, Mary, you're so naive. What husband? There is no husband anywhere. All these luxuries are from the money I get from men." Anne revealed. "Oh, so all your advice was a scheme to make me leave Mike so you could have him? Your plans have failed," Mary said. Enraged, she dived at Anne, but Mike intervened, pulling her away and taking her to the car. The drive home is filled with silence and tension. Mary's heartbreak is palpable as tears drop from her eyes. But so is the unsaid truth that lingers between them both. At home, Mary confronted Mike. "Mike, how could you do this with my friend?" she exclaimed in disbelief. "Babe, I overheard your friend encouraging you to find a wealthy husband," Mike explained. "Oh, Mike, please believe me. It was all our idea, and I never agreed to it. I'm sorry. I don't need a rich husband. I'm content with the one God has given me," Mary pleaded. Then Mike revealed the message he had sent her anonymously. "You set this whole thing up?" Mary exclaimed. "Yes, I had to. I saw how she was misleading you. She's been making advances towards me for a while. I knew I had to protect my marriage. Mary, I love you. I don't want anyone else. I might not be wealthy now, but with our plans, we'll get there soon," Mike expressed earnestly. Overwhelmed, Mary thanked her husband. Mike gently held her and kissed her. "I love you, Mike," Mary said, filled with emotion. "I love you more," Mike replied, reaffirming their bond. In the wake of deception and turmoil, Mary and Mike find strength in each other. Their love, tested by adversity, emerges stronger and more resilient than ever. There you have it, the story, The Trap. Despite the challenges and deception they faced, Mary and Mike's journey teaches us to be content and know that many people are living fake lives these days. Don't be a victim. Thank you for joining us in this story. See you again soon. Bye.